away. It's not pain you create. You're something so betrayer. Get on your knees and say your prayers. Count as me like the others. It's something that I never even bothered. The time is now to see the day. It may wait for the pain we create. Is it my time to die? No, if it's my new way of life. Now is the time to run into life before I bury you alive. Yeah. Swear the pain from the waste. Time again, not from pain. Tied up from a certainty of being fucked up. Grab the shovel and spread the dirt. Time to show me what you really are worth. Don't die, don't cry, because I'm burying you alive. Is it my time to die? No, if it's my new way of life. Now is the time to run into life before I bury you alive. Yeah. Take me before I bury you alive.
You thought this was their show? Wrong channel. You know why we're here. To take over. No rules. No permission. No apologies. Just business. Found him! Ah! It's the Syndicate! Run! Nowhere! Business is booming, boys! We big and take over! What's happening, everybody, and welcome to the Suplex Syndicate. I am Tactical Santa, often imitated, never duplicated. I am joined by my two brothers from another mother. We got J.BLITE, 30 Spray J, and we have got the Shaquille O'Neal of Sasquatch. Guys, how are you doing? And as always, we got to give a big shout out to the Elegant Sasquatch for sponsoring this show. And if you haven't got any of his stuff, what are you waiting for? I have got this banger in today, Deal with the Devil. And we also got a code, Suplex, for 20% off. So if you have not got some Elegant Sasquatch, what are you waiting for? Guys, what's happening?
Go ahead, Jay. Start you.
Me? Oh,
Yeah,
you know, this week in wrestling has been very entertaining. I actually watched TNA earlier today. It was a Slammiversary, and that was really intense. And then we got the King of the Ring and everything. So the only thing going on for me this week was my season finale of my favorite show was last night, and I stayed up super late to watch it. Obviously a cliffhanger, but the last season is going to be out next year. If you haven't watched from MGM, it's a like horror mystery show. It's really good. These people are stuck in a town that they can't get out of with night creatures and shit. It's really good.
Nice. Oh, and you also forgot the Hidden Door pay-per-view for AEW that's on tonight. I think it's going on right now. I think I might be wrong, but yeah, that's tonight too. So
I think NXT Great American Bash is on right now too. So I think it's
coincidence.
Yeah, right. So Squatch, before we get into everything, is Beardomania 2, is it still available on your site? I know you got some banging sites for that.
Beardomania 2 is out. So is the Suplex Syndicate 4-pack. That is also out. We do also. I just dropped legitimately since Friday like 20 colognes since Friday.
Wow. So guys,
Jay, I'm sorry, yours is still sold out. I can't get the materials in to make any more, so yours is still sold out, and I'm still working on yours, Dino. So yours is coming. But check out theelegantsasquatch.com to see all the massive amount of colognes, oils, balms, butters. I got the poured butter. I got the liquid butter. I also got the shaving side. So I got a bunch of stuff going on. So
right. Well, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm excited this week. We have got a very, very awesome guest co-host coming on the show with us. I know we teased the thumbnail and the song, but guys, shall we just bring this bad mother effer out here?
Absolutely.
All right, without further ado, we've got Wes DeVoll from Wes DeVoll, lead singer. What's going on, brother? How you doing,
What's
man?
up? Great. It's great fucking being back finally. I loved being on the show the last time, and it's great to be on this one now.
Absolutely.
You know, it was crazy because when we first started talking, Wes, I didn't know how much you loved wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid.
Right. So you're a diehard wrestler, and, you know, he's a Kiss fan guy, so he's awesome in my book, Wrestling and Kiss. But I tell you what, guys, why don't we start off with Night of Champions? What do you guys think about that? Well, I can't remember. What was the first match? First match was Oba, wasn't it?
The Oba, yeah. Overall, the show was great. I liked the show. Like, outside of having a couple of hiccups here and there, it was a solid show for once. Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I didn't like was I expected a couple interference. It was a clean show, and we're not used to clean shows, and they've been doing that a lot lately. We've been really expecting something to be a shocker, and nothing was really a shocker about it. But continue on, Sasquatch.
I like the Oba match. Like, Jay actually got a lot of offense in, surprisingly. You know what I mean? He got more offense in than what Brock did in the last match Oba had, and like it was. There was some sort of controversy with him being in the chokehold, quote unquote, tapping out or whatever. But but overall, I really like the show.
You can't rile the crowd from a sleeper hold. Whoever has riled the crowd from a sleeper hold? Look, get me a guy. That's not how they do it.
He did the Oba did the. Oh, I'm about to pop my eyes open. You're about to die look, and that was great. I laughed hard on that one. So, like that match surprisingly was really good to start off the show.
He tapped out.
And what'd you think, Wes? What do you think about that first one?
I thought it was pretty good. I liked, I'm a big Oba guy, so I think it was only proper to give him the win over Jay. I think. This isn't discrediting Jay to any degree because I'm a big yeeter myself, but I think his rocket ship that he had is out of gas now, so I think it's only fitting that the next generation, I guess you could call it, to take over. I think Oba's finally getting a push to where he deserves, and I think the whole Oba challenge has been really well done, kind of reminiscing like the good old Hall of Pain days with Mark Henry.
Right.
So, yeah, didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was surprised though. I thought there was going to be some sort of interference in that match. I really thought there was going to be, but 100% clean, no bloodline. I actually what I thought was going to happen is I thought Brock was going to come out
Mm.
and he was going to do something and Jay was going to win because you know that it's got to be the last match for Brock at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So-
think night 1 he retires Brock. Night 2 he beats the Tribal Chief.
So like going back before, like, going back to Friday, and that promo that he cut on Jay, talking about you better not miss, and even if you do, I'm going to destroy you. And I have my eyes not even on you, on your cousin. That right there just set up so many more storylines now. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Oba. Like I really want to. I'm excited. So.
Right.
I can't even talk about my prediction yet because we haven't gotten through this Night of Champions yet. But I don't think it's going to be. I really hope it's not Roman. I hope that something happens with the other title, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. So next up, what was the next match, guys? Because I forget the chronological order. Was it Io?
The Queen of the Ring.
Io, and Liv Morgan.
Before that match started, though, our
Lord
boy
and Savior.
Danhausen,
Our Lord and Savior. Yeah.
Lord and
All
Savior,
hail Danhausen.
cursed Liv Morgan, and you knew that was the end of that. You knew that was the end of her momentum right there.
Yep.
Yep. What'd you guys think of the match, though?
It was a good match.
The match was great.
Match. Yeah.
Like I'm just sad that they kept Io on the shelf for 6 months and didn't really do much with her. I'm like, if she's gonna put bangers on like that, I mean, why keep her on the shelf?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think obviously when you have Danhausen involved, whatever and whoever he curses, obviously you kind of just, it's a spoiler in a way, but that's just kind of the curse it is. But I think I'm at least in my boat, I'm over the Liv hype right now.
Yeah.
So speaking of Danhausen cursing people, what do you guys think of what they're doing with the Miz? What's his name? The toxic guy, and then Zack Ryder touching his machine. Like, what do you guys think of that? The comedy aspect.
First of all, over tanning Zack Ryder is hilarious.
He looks like a burnt up hot dog at 7-Eleven.
You would know, you eat plenty of those. But I think the biggest one that I want to see happen, if they're going to continue like morphing all these guys to their old promos, he needs to curse Dom, and Dom needs to forget that he hates his father. And then that pushes for a good babyface Dom run.
Yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah. So Io said at the end of the match she was coming for Liv. So we already know SummerSlam. That's going to be the match. Io against Liv. Next up, what do we have?
I'm sorry. I should have. I don't know, to be honest with you. Hold on. I am so unprepared. I know. What was this cage match?
Yeah, Seth and Braun Breaker. So Wes, what did you think about that match? The Seth and Braun Breaker steel cage match.
I'm pretty. I'm a pretty good with. I mean, who doesn't like a steel cage match? I'm a big Seth Rollins guy. I have been since he broke from the Authority. I guess back in that storyline. I think Braun's an insane level talent. So I thought when seeing those two get together, months ago, it was a great call, and I think this really summed up, that kind of rivalry they had. I think the right person came out on top.
Yeah.
So, but let me ask you this: since they're really pushing Oba, right? Like they're pushing him to the moon. They're not doing that with Braun, do they? Did they really not? Is it because Braun keeps getting injured? Is that why he's not being in that main event thing? Because he's lost to Seth now, 3 times?
Yeah.
Like he's lost the last 6 of his matches. Like he's on a losing streak.
I think we move them to
Go
a
ahead.
different bracket, and not go for world titles more or less. Well, go for the more easier, I guess you would say, like Intercontinental and United States champion. I think if you give him a good run in those kind of brackets, he would do good. Because I went last time I went to Monday Night Raw. It was Penta versus Braun, and I'm a huge Penta's my favorite guy right now. So I think you put him in those kind of scenarios, and it would really show him like flourishing more.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that I think what they're really waiting on is Bronson Reed, and I can't wait for this beast to come back because he is looking stout. He has lost over 120 pounds. I don't know, obviously he's going to move a whole lot better and everything, but is he really going to be the powerhouse that he was losing all this weight? We shall see. But like you said, the lower titles is like really where they're going with these guys, and it really sucks because it's like, okay, so that puts Seth out of the heavyweight championship talk. That we still got CM Punk. Is he coming? He should be coming back. I would say this month. I would say CM Punk's gonna have to come back. But I really think that they're really just watering down Braun and Seth right now, waiting on this Bronson Reed because they already lost Braun, they lost Bronson, and now Logan Paul is going to be out for another 6 months. So this whole vision story, like they're kind of blind right now.
And then Paul Heyman's out too. Paul Heyman's
is he out
too?
Is he out, or did they take
playing,
him out?
They're playing him because they're playing that he's hurt because he got speared. Braun Breaker speared him on accident. So technically they have no management right now. They have no manager coming out with them. So
when Bronson comes back, is Heyman with him?
Yeah,
because he needs a mouthpiece. He's not much of a talker. He needs a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
It would have to be Heyman. I don't know. There's really nobody else unless they really shock us and bring back somebody good. Like Teddy Long or something. 1-on-1 with Bronson Reed.
Right. So next up, I believe we had the Tiffany Stratton Jade Cargill match.
Go ahead, Santa. What you got?
I wasn't surprised. I didn't think she was going to win that match. I didn't think my girl Jade was going to win it because they're setting up the big feud with her and Charlotte. So for her to win the United States, I didn't think that was going to be there. You knew Charlotte was going to come out and interfere and cost Jade the match. So I pretty much figured that was going to happen. I thought it was a good match. I think they both had her and Tiffany do have some chemistry in the ring. They can get stuff done, especially with Tiffany being so gymnastic, such an athlete, and Jade's power. I think it was a good match. It was just the ending was what kind of threw me off. I just thought Charlotte was getting involved in a dire way, and she actually smacked her in the head with the U.S. Championship belt. So
that knee that Tiffany took was crazy. It was nasty. Like, is she legit injured? Because that actually looked like one of those knees where you don't slap your leg for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
no, that was a major knee to the face. I was looking for blood, but I didn't see any. So.
And then now Chelsea Green is throwing her hat into this whole shenanigans. So that's I'm glad to see her back because she's awesome and all, but it's just not now who's she going after? What, PFAB, or is that what it is? Or
Michin? I think she's gonna go after Michin.
Okay, so I was gonna say, or is Chelsea Green the next one up for your girl?
No, because Jade's already wrecked her a bunch of times. I think the big story is going to be is Chelsea doing another heel flip on Tiffy and winning back the United States Championship. That's where I would put where her route's going, because they got to keep the drama with the U.S. Championship going. Because, like I said, it's going to be Jade and Charlotte at SummerSlam, so they gotta keep. I think she's going to heel change on Tiffy.
Okay, so you got Io Sky and Liv Morgan, and obviously they're probably going to give Io another run. But
Right.
when do you put these big contenders like Flair and Jade back into the women's championship talk? I like the
After
feud.
SummerSlam.
I don't like the feud without a title. I mean, like it's
yeah,
a title feud.
it's good. It's going to be after SummerSlam.
After SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's going to be after SummerSlam.
But to be fair, they've been built. They have to do this Jade Charlotte thing as soon as possible because they've drawn it out. The day one that she came, first time we saw Jade appear, her and Charlotte had the stare down, and they've had how many times they've done the stare down, belt or not. It's what people want to see. So the match it's got to happen. Unless Charlotte goes after Rhea at SummerSlam. And then we have the Jade Charlotte matches. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Like I really don't.
Well, we're less than a month away. Who's going to go after Rhea?
Nobody.
Who do we have?
Nobody. I think the momentum for Rhea, as much as she's a seller, she doesn't have her power right now. So she better start doing something because she could barely get some of these girls up right now with how much weight she's lost. And she's a great wrestler. She's a great athlete. But if she can't bulk up, then the whole Rhea Ripley, it almost seems like she's almost next level again.
Well, here's the thing. She wasn't bulked up when she first came in WWE, and when she had all those matches with Charlotte. All she has to do is switch around her moveset again and make it work for her. She doesn't have to be a powerhouse. I mean, the problem is when you say bulk up, we all know what that means. And I don't think she's going to go back to doing what she was doing. It's not good for her health.
No, I don't think so like that. I was just saying, like, as far as diet, heavy lifting or whatever, like she's got to get some strength back from what she lost because she's not. And the problem is they built her up to be a powerhouse. That's why she was facing all these. And now she's just like another contender for Io, because eventually it's going to be, I say it's going to be Io wins it from Liv, and then that whole Rhea Io girlfriend thing is done, and then Rhea's gonna be back in there.
Yeah, I would say. What do you think, Wes?
I think with Rhea, she's at a point right now. Yeah, I think she's like in a lost spot almost, to where it's like we don't know if she's as the powerhouse as she was, when she first came in with the Judgment Day or whatever it might be. But I think, like you said, I think a different moveset can really make or break a superstar. And I think with who she is and what she's done already in the company, I think a perfect thing to do would be to get a new moveset and kind of switch up her style of wrestling.
Right.
So the question I have, you think it would be time for Rhea to drop the belt and go away for a little bit, like a couple months, 3-4 months, and then just come back and just be dominant again?
Black mask on, black hoodie, like they always do. I think 3-4 months.
With her, you wouldn't need it. You just do the song. And
just play the music, and it would, the pop would be WrestleMania, Raw after Mania level kind of pop.
Because I hate to say it, because right now she isn't at the Rhea Ripley level that she's used to, and I have a feeling she needs to go away for a little bit just to get back to her. You know what I mean? And fix all the things that are going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing, and then come back stronger than before.
She's also dealing with an injury though too, I believe. She's got an injury she's working through too.
Yeah. So I was gonna say maybe she comes back with a faction of her own, and then that popped in my head: is Jade's faction still going on? I haven't caught it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So let her go away. Let Jade win the title again. Run dominant for a while, and then after a few months right before Royal Rumble or whatever, bring Rhea back. Shifty said it.
See,
Rhea needs to hit the gym and bulk up.
the only problem I have with Rhea doing this and then coming back and being dominant is now you're putting her just like Cody. She's going to be Rhea Hogan, and it's going to be Rhea Hogan, Rhea Hogan, Rhea Hogan. Like, oh, look at that, she comes back, she wins the title. Look at that, she comes back, wins the title.
Okay, but
how
when
long,
you
how
can't
long,
even
how long does she need? How long does she need to be the champion? Can't she be like Undertaker, where I don't need to
No.
have the belt? You just know that I'm the bad one.
No,
I
No.
not with the female division. No, you need your biggest star in your female division to have your title.
And
But
that's the
that's
He's
money.
the only one that has the star power to do it currently.
Right.
To go out for a while and then come back. I think, like we were talking earlier, was the pop that would happen. I think
Right.
that would be bigger than anything any other female would get in their show. I think with Rhea just totally switching up, joining a faction or having her own faction, I think could do good. But I'm also almost to the point of being over factions with the amount that they come and go. Some are successful, some aren't.
That's true. That's true. I have two things for you. One, she can't even do her own finisher right now because she's not hitting these tides like she used to. Two, Rhea goes and comes back, and Wes DeVoll does the music for her. Boom.
I wish.
I'm here for that. I'm here for that.
Right?
I'm here for that.
Right?
Yeah.
I wish, but you know what? I think Motionless and White did a great job with her song. I thought, especially when I saw Raw last year live, seeing her, I saw Raquel Rodriguez put her through a table. So I was like, that might be when the decline first started.
Right.
It is Raquel Rodriguez, the powerhouse.
Right. The tall powerhouse.
Right. Something else that we kind of forgot about is Jade has mentioned she wants to be on Monday night. She wants to move from Friday to Monday. So who's to say that she might be moving over to Monday after SummerSlam, maybe after that, because she wants to go there. And in the wild card, Jordan Grace. Rumor is Jordan Grace may be the first Paul Heyman girl, that he may be taking her and doing her. Jordan Grace has a lot of potential. I don't think they've used her right so far. She's got a lot of potential. She's got the look and she's got the power. So who knows?
Shifty is right. Like Raquel needs a belt. You know what? If she wants to come over to Raw, I can see Liv losing the belt, getting kicked out of, and I hope they just dismantle Judgment Day. Liv goes to SmackDown, and then you have another powerhouse to go up against Raquel. Yeah.
Yeah, once Finn left, I thought the Judgment Day should have just disbanded. I thought he was the heart and soul of that faction, and I was glad when he kind of went back to his more OG kind of style with the Balor Club and all that, and the type entrance and everything. I think him doing that was definitely the best move for his career, because I felt like had he just ended with Judgment Day, because we got to remember, as young as he looks, he is getting up there in the years of wrestling.
Right. Well, guys, what about the main event? Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes and Gunther.
Yeah, we missed the very boring Trick William match.
Exactly. Let's just skip it. Let's just skip it.
That was the bathroom match of the night. Like even though there was a little bit of a pop for when Little Yachty got hit with the cane. That was it. That was the pop. That was the pop of the night. And for those two and how good those two are to put on a stinker of a match like that, I don't know what went wrong. I really don't. I don't know if it was because of.
It was Ricky.
Yeah, I don't know if it was
a weak match.
Yeah, but I don't know if they were just coming down from the high of that cage match 2 matches ago or what. But it was flat and it sucked. I'm like, I don't know. Oh, by the way, shout out to Trick Williams and Lash Legends on getting married this past weekend or a couple days ago.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
congratulations.
Yep. You know, maybe that's the reason why the match wasn't too good. Maybe the honeymoon took it all out of Trick.
That's what it is. You know what? We're just gonna chalk it up to that. How about that?
There we go. All right. So, Sami Zayn, Gunther, and Cody Rhodes, guys. What do you have to say about that?
Where to start? Like, first of all, I'm still trying to figure out how or why Gunther got thrown into this triple threat between those two. Because like it shouldn't have been a triple threat to begin with. Like Gunther really had no story into this. They just kind of threw him in last minute, didn't they?
No, so Sammy was the referee, the special referee that he had, and supposedly he didn't like what Sammy was doing. I mean, it's been a mixed mash. If I don't know, Jay or Wes, if you know more, I can't remember exactly everything, but he's been involved. It wasn't a last minute throw in. It built up to this, but why it built up to it, I'm like you, I don't know.
Didn't Cody and Gunther have a match that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's what it probably was like. What it stems from.
There was a dark match for one, and then Gunther did call him out, and Gunther had like a non-title match, and again Sammy was in the middle of that too.
Right.
Stop yelling at us. Stop yelling at us, Shifty. Seriously.
You know what? Hey, Shifty doesn't have anything to say because he's not here. His text messages don't count.
But Sammy was the guest referee the week before or something.
Yes. And then he screwed over Gunther, and then that started a little bit of a feud. But he's like, "You don't deserve it. I deserve it. I've been here. I've been putting in the work. You know, give a bum a title shot."
Yeah. The question I have is if WWE really wanted to throw a swerve like they did, why haven't they push Finn back or push LA Knight? If they would have put LA Knight in that finals to get to that match and he won it and then he wins the title, like the wrestling internet would have shut down. You know what I mean?
First of all, Shifty did say this months ago about him giving to Saudi. Now he wasn't supposed to win it until next year when WrestleMania is supposed to be in Saudi, but they've now fast tracked it. Okay, but when Sammy came out and all his gear and his religion and his motivation, I knew that was it.
Yep.
I knew that was it, and that's how it was going to play out. Now the double crossroads that Cody tried to do with Gunther and Sammy, that was probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, I don't see how it hurt one person. I hurt one person maybe, but two people no.
Yeah.
But now when you're saying, they didn't talk about Finn, they haven't put Finn back in, they haven't done this and that. Sammy doesn't look like a champion material. Does he deserve it? Yes. He's put in the work. He's been there. He's been there as long as Kevin Owens. Does he deserve a long, lengthy title reign of like Roman Reigns and everything? No. But the man deserves the belt for a little bit. Now, I see you shaking your head, Wes. I see it. But my thing is, let him have the title for a month or two. Let him trim up his beard, make it look good, and he's gonna have a long title run. Who's gonna come back to take that title? Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar squashes Sammy, takes the title, and then that sets up for Oba and SummerSlam career versus title.
No,
Oba's already going after Roman. And we've got the next pay-per-view. The next pay-per-view is SummerSlam.
Not if Brock comes back. Brock comes back.
The last pay-per-view thing Brock said he's going to do is SummerSlam. That's it. He's retiring. It's done.
But the thing is, like, Kevin Owens is coming back. I find it really funny that he wins the title right when Kevin Owens is coming back. Number 2, by your logic, R-Truth and Rey Mysterio should also have belts right now. Not tag team belts, but actual belts. By your logic, because R-Truth has been here for 25 years. Rey Mysterio had a title, but that was 20 years ago.
I'm not saying I want him to have a title or that he deserves it by my standards, but by WWE standards and their partnership with Saudi Arabia, he deserves a title. I didn't say I didn't. You know, I'm not a Sammy fan. I think he's a great athlete. I just don't think. I think his best stuff was in the Bloodline when he was comedy and a little bit of great wrestling.
So when was the last title won by a roll-up? That's because that was a really weak finish. Like, yeah, I get it. Scooping, getting out of the crossroads is one thing, but winning a world title on a roll-up, that was kind of weak sauce,
What do you think, Wes?
I have mixed opinions on it. I thought, I'm not the biggest Sammy fan by any means. I think it's deserved. Obviously, it kind of would be unfair for Kevin and Finn to both hold world titles and not have Sammy at least hold it once. But do I think it should be a long and very a lot of defenses for it? No, I think it needs to be like Kevin coming back. I think that could set up a really awesome storyline because I think anytime those two are in the ring with each other, it's magic. And I think that what better way for Kevin to come back than to take the title from Sammy and do the whole best friend storyline and then betrayal. I think that'd be a great comeback for Kevin and a great storyline for Sammy to lose the title on.
Right.
But I thought it was kind of bittersweet. He got to do it, where for his religion and in the country where it's predominantly the most. So I thought it was nice of them at least to do that for him, and I think, like I said, it's deserved, but I don't think it needs to be long.
Right.
So does Sammy touch Danhausen's machine and become El Generico?
Yes.
Yes. I think Danhausen needs a world title shot as soon as possible.
That would be awesome.
Yes. I mean, he's the funniest, wrestler WWE's had since Santino was in the business, and I think, Santino and Santina, I should say. I think
we need an El Generico sighting like now.
Right.
So it's fine.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Danhausen, real quick, I've been watching his matches he's been having. Dude, he gets all gassed up and he's running around the ring and then he like gasses himself. Like you don't see things like that. That and just a side note of Leo Rush when he bounces off the ropes and then he bounces off this way and not going straight. I mean, like, these guys are coming up with so many great little things that we're so used to as wrestling fans of, oh, it's going to go this way. And then, they bring in the comedy or they bring in the, the shock factor of just these little things that we're so used to at wrestling. So,
yeah. By the way, that whole Golem Leo Rush character that he has going on, that's gotten over. I know he just took on Shotzi yesterday, I think it was.
Oh, shit.
I think MLW or ROH or one of the indies, and like
it's fine. It's fine.
You know what? I'm
He's
okay
over
with
right now. I'd say he's pretty over in the indies. I think, but wasn't he Bobby Lashley's like escort? They're like manager.
Back.
Back. Yeah,
and then he was in the cruiserweight.
Yep. He found it. He found what was getting him over. And
Blackheart is a great character. I think he knows how to go over, at least on social media. And I mean, if we've learned anything, we know that can be a key factor to lead back to WWE.
Yep.
I don't. Did you guys see?
What? Let's go ahead.
Speaking, I think it was Indies. Or what one was it? Nikita Lyons finally won something. She won a title.
Yeah.
Isn't
Keep
she
in
in a
mind-
faction now with like 2 other people?
I think so. Isn't she was she with Natalia for a little bit too? I think.
Yeah, that's what it is. She's in that group now. It's her and
Yeah.
Natalia
Yeah.
and somebody else. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how she hasn't gotten cut. Like I really don't.
It's because of the cake, Squatch. The
I
cake.
no, but cake can only get you so far in life.
Well, obviously she's got her
Strippers and
7-8 years in WWE, so she's
Okay,
doing all
okay.
right.
If you're in NXT for 7 or 8 years and you haven't been called up once, what's going on with you?
Injuries.
But
Too many
she's been
long-term
injured.
injuries.
She's been
Too
injury
many-
free for how many years now?
You know,
Not
though,
that long. Only a year.
you know, you almost wonder if it's this. What if her contract is so low where they're like, why get rid of her? Like, she's only making this much. We can keep her on the roster. You know, if she,
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think her contract is like very menial, and they're like, well, just keep her. Why get rid of her? Just keep her.
unless
You know.
unless we officially know what Shawn Michaels' type is. It's probably that.
Wow.
Cake. Once again, Sasquatch. It comes down to cake, man. Cake, right?
Yeah.
But it was kind of crazy when I saw that she won something. I'm like, I thought she was injured again.
I
didn't
want
know she was really
to
wrestling.
go back to what Wes was saying about social media and WWE. As much as Leo Rush is going over right now and whatever he's doing, WWE would tear him apart. They would not do. He to me, what I see in him is what everyone saw in Bray Wyatt when Bray Wyatt was doing. So the storytelling that he's trying to do is at a Bray level, and I just think him getting to WWE, it would be it would burn out very quickly.
Yeah. Then plus getting the machine behind you. How are they going to promote? He knows. They know. How are they going to promote that? Like it wouldn't work.
There's a deeper story, and it's coming, but we're going to see it because he actually has creative control.
Yeah.
So Wes, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Give us your top 5 wrestlers currently that you enjoy, that you watch. Top 5.
Current.
Current. You know what? Let's do it this way. Let's make it easy. Current or former wrestlers. Top 5 that you enjoy.
Okay. I think, right off the rip, Jeff Hardy. He was the one that I definitely clung to the most growing up. I was a big Cena kid, but, I think Jeff Hardy, and then WCW Sting with the, NWO when he started doing the crow makeup. Seth Rollins, Shawn Michaels, and probably Finn Balor, honestly. I think Finn's definitely up there with one of my favorites of all time.
Right.
Do you like Finn Balor, like the Prince, or do you like him more when he's like Demon?
I'm honestly both. I think I wish they'd bring it back, but the way they do it now, I think just kind of ruins it, the way they promote it, and it's not just like a surprise.
Yeah.
I liked it better when he knew how to use it more. At least when they let him kind of be the guide for it. But I think the Prince is a great style for him as well, without all the excess makeup on.
Mm-hmm.
He liked him back when he was fertile.
Yeah.
So did any of those? So I mean, when we take a look at you with the mask, and I know you've been painting your face lately, and you brought up Sting. Did Sting have any sort of direction? Like did you look at Sting and be like, I can kind of use that like this? Like, did he have anything to do with the Wes DeVoll character? Did you take stuff from him and kind of make it your own?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of take from all of my inspirations, obviously, Kiss being the number one, but I think Sting and obviously Jeff Hardy too, both painting their faces, definitely made it more apparent that, it's something I'm into, is seeing what somebody can do with art and paint and makeup, and just seeing how they can transform into something completely different than their normal selves. And I think that's kind of what drew me into those kind of characters that were more creative and out there, artistically speaking.
Right. If you had the opportunity to do an entrance song for any wrestler, who would it be and why?
Damn.
That's tough, because there's plenty of characters out that I think could fit what we do, and not necessarily WWE anymore, but I think Aleister Black or Malachi Black, depending on what you see him and know him as. I think my band's music at least would be a perfect fit for him, or even for Seth Rollins. I think it could be a fit too.
Yeah. Yep. Well, just think, guys, in about a year or two, we're gonna be watching WWE, and one of Wes DeVoll's songs gonna be an entrance song. We'd be like, "We had this guy on our show, man. We had this guy."
I wish.
And that's not a wish, manifest that, because Solo Sokola, he does his entrance is by Stevie Stone, who's a St. Louis, Missouri artist who was signed to Tech Nine, if you don't know, and he was no longer signed with Strange Music whenever he got the push for doing WWE music, and now he gets money off of that. So they're always looking at up and coming artists and everything. Wes DeVoll is not only upcoming, but something great that's going to be something big.
I appreciate that.
Agree.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's definitely always something that we'd strive for to do. I think music, especially metal music and wrestling, go perfectly together, and always have since at least since the vignette of Rock and Hogan and or Rock and Austin, I should say. Sorry, and stuff like that. Just how Limp Bizkit played a huge role for WWE in the early 2000s and 90s. I think, obviously I'd do it in a heartbeat if given the opportunity.
Right.
You know why wrestling isn't the way it used to be is because they don't have badass entrance musics like the start of the show like we used to.
Right. That was a big thing too when I was growing up. Was
badass
the entrance music. Yeah, even the Nickelback intro for Raw was, that was my shit growing up, and because you got to think I started watching in the middle of the PG era when Cena was not losing, he was always WWE champion, and '09 Randy Orton was the menace, but obviously growing up and getting more deep into it, I obviously grew a love for WCW a lot. I loved going back and watching all those matches, and then seeing somebody called the Demon dressed like Gene Simmons appear. I was like, that's both my worlds colliding.
Let me ask you this about that, Wes. So I'm a huge Kiss fan, right? And I was so excited when I saw the Demon, and then I was like, "Oh God, it's not good." Like it fizzled really quick.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, there were plans to have 4 wrestlers that were going to take one character each, and it was going to go, and it didn't go very well at first. And I'm like, oh,
It was the coolest thing I thought. Seeing going back and watching it on YouTube, that you have the whole band actually play you down to the ring and the the sarcophagus that he comes out in. I thought, you have everything you need right now for a world champion, and then they kind of made him shitty, and put him against Sting and Vampiro, and just watching him get the shit beat out of him, basically. And it's like, well, this is just not fun to watch anymore.
Right. Well, guys, does anybody have any what if questions this week? Go ahead, Jay.
What if Shawn Michaels never got the major back injury that he did? He would have run wild and been the top contender for a long time. I think he would have had like a Triple H run before Triple H even got a chance to.
He probably would have went to WCW because that was about the same time that WCW was signing all those people.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Well,
But yeah.
after here's mine. After listening to Paul Heyman, Chris Van Vliet interview this past week, what would happen if Paul Heyman would have went to TNA and took over TNA? Would TNA be huge?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Yep.
I could
think
totally
so,
see
like, where
it
he
be
goes.
like ECW was in the 90s.
Yeah,
I think it could have been at least that good.
Yeah, it would have been like a lower version of ECW, but with actual budget and production.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest thing for ECW's fail was the not getting the money, and when TNT or what was it? It was TNT when
TNN.
TNN, and then they kind of like downplayed ECW and everything. So, but Paul Heyman has already proven he can run a company, and some of the greatest stories and everything involve. If you don't see his face, Paul Heyman's at that table, and he really does direct a lot. So, yeah. Heyman does give Vince a run for his money, and that's what was scary about. The rumor is that every time Vince had to talk about ECW, he would spit on the floor. It was like his little ritual of bad luck, because once WCW ran out of money, ECW, it was close. It was close. If they would have had the money and the budget,
Right,
it would have been there.
So I do
You
have
mentioned-
a
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like
ahead.
when
So what if? Sorry. So what if Finn Balor didn't hurt his shoulder when he won the first Universal Championship? What would have
Yes.
happened?
Yeah.
Because I
don't
think
think
we
we
would
would
have
have
had,
Seth.
Yeah, I don't think we would have had, half the things with Seth and any of those kind of factions that were started between all of them. Even the Kevin runs that he had. I think, personally, I think that probably would have been one of the better runs of the 21st century for title runs. At least had Finn been able to hold on to the title.
See, and that brings me to think that Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, that would have been a whole lot better than Seth Rollins and the Bray Wyatt little 27 stomp BS.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a great what if right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What if Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff would have teamed up and been the ones running WCW and NWO?
It would have been different because at that time, Paul Heyman was still in ECW mode because ECW, like their peak was like 98, 97, 98, 99, early 2000.
So let me rephrase it. What if Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff had a federation that they were running?
Oh, then that would have been 100% different. I mean, mind you, we would also not have gotten Stone Cold if that was the case.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't have been fired, which wouldn't have led him to going to ECW to cut those promos and becoming the Stone Cold character that he basically became. And we wouldn't have Stone Cold.
Sure. Possible. Yep. I just think it'd be interesting to see a modern day thing if Heyman and Bischoff were working together.
I don't personally think that they would have. I don't think the NWO faction would have been nearly as big. I think there would have been a difference of opinions too much and clashing on different ideas.
Yeah, it would have been like Sabu and Taz.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. A good thing may have happened where, Paul Heyman may have looked at Eric Bischoff and said, okay, dude, we're not having the whole locker room in NWO. Like, if you want to make this work, we got like 8 guys and that's it,
Right.
So, yeah, because I know we've talked about this before, and Wes, get your opinion on it, but to me, the problem with the NWO was it was awesome. It started off great, but when everybody's involved in the club, you're like, so everybody's an NWO now. So
And then you
what's
had the
going on?
Wolfpack.
Right. And then you had the Latino World Order, and you had all the spin-offs and all that. And it's like, now what's the point? Everybody's in some sort of NWO clique.
And
So
to be real, I don't think, you know, I think the Bullet Club is the closest thing to the NWO since the NWO, fizzled out.
Yeah.
Right.
And even then, there's 7,000 members in that.
Right. There's 27 different, subsections of the Bullet Club.
Right. Right.
Wow.
Do you think that now we're kind of seeing that with like, there's going to be like a bunch of different bloodlines pretty much?
Yeah. Once there was
NXTs,
two,
it's like,
that was too many.
yeah.
Yeah, like at least with WWE, they know when too much is too much, and they know when to cut it off. Because like
Right.
if that was the case, you could have 1,700 people in the bloodline, and they could just but
Right.
they're not going to. They want to keep it small and
Well,
tight.
how many-
They know better. They've learned from their mistakes. I think.
How many family members are in the Samoan dynasty? Because we've still got a whole ton of
700.
them. So there could probably be, more, maybe 400 more that are coming.
Yeah. So
No, they'll be coming, but it's not. They're not going to bloodline it up because, like you said, like they know their mistakes, and that would be an NWO Samoan NWO thing going on. Now, they broke up MFT without really showing us, why and what. They just said, "Hey, we're done. We're not doing it. We're done."
Well, they said.
So now,
they said the elders told them to quit.
So the elders told them to quit. So now Solo has, he's trying to make things up with LA Knight to, I guess, face the bloodline for Survivor Series. I don't know if that's going to be a start of a team or not, but rumor is, rumor is Zilla's coming or Zilla's already signed.
I heard that too.
And I'm hoping that that's the case because I've been saying this for the last year. I know, Sasquatch, I know. Don't even say anything to me. But if Zilla's already there, then, the realest OG in the room and, you can't teach that is going to be there too. And then we won't see Sasquatch on a Suplex Syndicate for at least 2 weeks because...
I like Zilla. I do.
Yeah. Did you see Umaga's manager, Paul Heyman? There was some stuff going back that supposedly Umaga's manager. I always forget his name. Squatch. What was Umaga's manager?
And it was Enrique.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll get it. Go ahead.
Supposedly, he said he's coming out of retirement. And Heyman had some kayfabe stuff with him going back and forth, so kind of lines up Zilla and maybe Umaga's manager coming.
Armando Estrada. That's his name.
Estrada. Estrada.
Armando Estrada.
Yeah.
Yes, and if that happens, that's the way to bring Zilla in. That's just full circle right there. Woo! Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sasquatch is going to ignore my phone calls when that happens because I'm going to be blowing his phone up.
Oh, no. I'm going into the witness protection program. Y'all won't find this.
Imagine in the same week if that happens and Enzo shows up, Squatch is going to be like, yeah, we're not going to be able to go
if that's the case, I quit the show. That's it. I don't have anything else. I'll just put my glasses down. I quit.
Is somebody
put
feeling a
my
little
phone down there in the middle of the ring.
Oh gosh, yeah, it'll be over for Squatch. Well, that's all right. Maybe we can get Wes to fill in full time when you're gone.
Yeah, you know what, Wes? My spot is yours there, bud. I'm giving it to you. There you go. I'm passing the torch there to you. Yeah.
Wes can't have it unless he can eat as much as you do.
He probably can. I don't eat much, so it's fine.
I don't eat that much either.
Well, guys, Any future predictions you may have about what's coming up?
My future prediction is Jay's going to be a chump, but that's not.
Okay. All right.
I really got nothing, to be honest with you. Like normal, I got nothing.
I still say that somehow, some way, whether it's on a SmackDown or a Raw, Brock Lesnar gets one last title before retirement, before SummerSlam. That's fine. It's my prediction. Let it go. Let it go.
Here's my prediction. Oba is going to face Roman at SummerSlam. He's going to beat Roman, but first night is going to be him against Brock Lesnar. He's going to retire Lesnar, and second night he's going to win the championship. Why? Because nobody's ever done 2 nights and won both nights. That's my prediction, because they don't have time to set up a Brock Lesnar to get a belt.
What would happen if it was reversed, where he wins the belt on night 1 and then retires Brock on night 2?
Either which way, he's gonna win both nights. Nobody's done it.
I think that might be a little bit more impressive than doing it the other way around. I don't know why, but coming in as the champ,
going in as the champ versus career, and then retire him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I mean, being the conqueror and the destroyer, if you go in, you win a belt, and you retire Brock, who's going to top that?
Yep,
it's not going to top.
But then once you give the belt to Oba, then what, dude? Who is? I mean, like, Jay put on a great match with him, but if you're going to make him unstoppable, who's the next opponents for Oba?
They're going to call up Omos from AAA.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You just feed him people like Brock did, man. He's just the next iteration of Brock. He wrestles 1 time a month at a pay-per-view, does some appearances. You build characters up just like they did with Brock, just like they did with Hulk Hogan, just like they've done with before. It's what they're going to have to do, because they created the problem. They brought him in, and once you beat Brock, and once you retire Brock, who on the roster possibly has a chance against you?
Another quick question. Street Profits won the titles. So is it going to be Street Profits and Seth Rollins now with a new faction? Or what are they going to do with that? They keep posting like there's some kind of clique there.
They keep posting like it's a hot rap album from 1998.
Hey.
I'm just saying that white suit with him and with Montez Ford and Seth Rollins kind of looked like, a hip hop album from like 1997.
Right. What do you think, Wes? You got any prediction?
I think Sammy loses his first title defense.
Yeah.
I think he gives it up, and then that's what will create the storyline for whatever's to come, I think, for the title.
Right.
I think he's just more or less an interim right now till they can get something more solid to hold the title for at least a year. But I don't see Sammy lasting till SummerSlam, and he might lose at SummerSlam at least.
Right.
Bring Kevin Owens back, and then it's a great battle for those two, and then CM Punk back in the picture. Kevin Owens versus CM Punk.
I think that'd be a perfect way for, at least for Punk, to go out too. I think that'd be a great, just like when Kevin and Jericho were feuding. I thought that was kind of like a childhood thing for Kevin. So I think something like that with CM Punk would be to this kind of same level. But I think with a WWE title on the line, it could be pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Lots of cool stuff. Maybe we're in the time of a good reset. Maybe everything's going to start going better, because past couple months have not been the greatest. And somebody I'm looking forward to see Squatch, and it involves one of your favorites. When is Nia and Lash going to have the split up and have? What do you think? When are they going to go?
You know what? Maybe 3-4 months. I don't see it. It's not going to be at SummerSlam. I think it's going to be the next pay-per-view.
Right. Because Lash Legend is very dominant, and she is going to have a good run. She's going to have gold on her pretty soon, I think.
Yep.
Well, guys, any last words before we end this show?
Wes, you got?
Well, definitely.
I was gonna say, Wes, what you got coming up?
Oh, so
Yeah.
so this coming Thursday in Columbus, Ohio, at the Donato's Basement on North High Street, we will be playing with a band called Civil Serpents from Texas, and yeah, there's a bunch of great bands that'll be there. It's $10 at the door, and then we have a memorial show for a friend that we lost recently. That was a legend in the local scene.
Yeah.
We have two of those coming up. Once on July 12th in Newark at the West Trip Social, and then August 23rd in the King of Clubs in Columbus.
Nice. And for all you beard guys out there, Wes DeVoll's going to be at the Buckeye Beard Competition. And Wes, where can anybody find your music? Because I know you're on. I know where I've got it off Apple. But where can people find your music online to download and buy? Where can they get that?
Everybody can find it on any streaming platform you choose. We're usually on all of them: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. We're on them all. You can find us on any social media under Wes DeVoll or Wes DeVoll 666. Other than that, yeah, just come out and have a good time and show some support.
Right, and I will tell you this: Wes DeVoll is definitely one of the Heathen Crew's favorite bands. And we always show love and respect and try to support Wes DeVoll. So guys, get out there, support Wes DeVoll. If you're close, go check out a show. I know you got a site, you've got merch up too. You've got your shirts on there too, right? You've got merch you can sell. Definitely support this guy, man. He's one of us. He loves wrestling. He's in a lot of communities. He's making awesome music, and he is on the rise because the cream always rises to the top.
Yeah.
And he will be there. And anytime, Wes, when you have time, let us know. We'd love to have you back on here as a guest co-host. And I think you're going to be on that other show that we do. I think we're going to have you on that one.
Awesome.
And one other plug I want to give before we leave. Go support the Elegant Sasquatch, Suplex 20. Support him. He's got some awesome grooming products, and he's got a whole line of really kick-ass colognes now. So definitely go check him out. Support those who support you. And guys, who wants to send it out? You know what? We got to Wes, you want to send the Suplex Syndicate out?
Sure, what do I do?
Suplex Syndicate is out.
All right.
Give me a scream.
Oh.
Hit the button.